common question I get is regarding the draw. There's a couple different methods for drawing the gun. Scoop draw, some people call it fast draw, different methods, different hand placements. I'll talk through the one I use and kind of some stuff I look for. More or less what I'm looking for is, well, first off, holster setup. If you have the ability to adjust your holster, I like adjusting the holster with the muzzle tilting slightly forward, which puts the butt of the gun in line with my belt roughly. What I'm looking to do is when I'm standing with my hands at my sides, I can just bring my hand up to the gun, close my fingers, and I'm basically have a full grip on the pistol. The opposite to that would be if my gun was pointed more like this and my hands are at my side. If I bring up my hand to the gun, then I'm gonna have to rotate my wrist forward and jam it down to try to get a hold on the gun. So for practical shooting, or if you have the ability to adjust the holster, it's nice to adjust it in a way where it's set up. I could just, with my hands at my sides, come up, close, and the gun's right in the palm of my hand, exactly where I want it to be. As far as bringing my hand up to the gun, some people like doing scoop type draws. The way to do that is resting your middle finger under the bottom of the holster. Then when you're drawing, you basically drag it along the holster, and then as you come over the top, just bring your thumb over the top of the gun and draw it. I'm not even gonna try to do these one at speed because I'm not a big fan, but it's something like that. You can do these very, very fast, but there's a little bit of safety involved with them, in my opinion, just because if you're untrained, you could end up pulling the gun out and trying to get your draw or get your hands on the gun while it's still going out towards the target. You have a loaded pistol, which is, can be a little bit problematic to lose control. So instead, what I like doing is I just rest my hands at my sides, my hand comes over the top, then I just close my fingers and the gun goes in a path directly to the target. One thing I think people miss the boat on a little bit is pushing down on the gun. So if hands are at my sides, coming over the top to get the gun, then pushing down, trying to grab onto the gun extra hard or grind it into the holster. Instead, my hand just goes to the top, it closes, and it just goes out to the target. As far as the path from the target to the holster, I think the method that makes the most sense is if I just extend the gun towards the target and then bring it back to the holster. I just want a direct route between that. So I don't do anything like this, which I think is kind of a bad idea for a lot of reasons. The reason is people get their hands on the gun where it's low. As they start to bring the gun up, then they'll look down to find the dot and then follow the dot up to eye line, which is gonna be a big problem for marksmanship, considering you're gonna hit where you look. You wanna be looking at the target where you wanna drive bullets, not looking back at the sight, following it up to the target. Also, there's kind of a school of thought that if you bring the gun up higher and then bring it down, it's gonna be easier to find the dot because the dot's gonna drop right into your awareness. I don't like that either, just because it's a lot of excess movement. It's an easy way to get you up to speed for finding the dot, I suppose. If you're, a bit unfamiliar, but long term, that's gonna be something you wanna unlearn because it's not very helpful for anything else you're gonna do. So it'd be a short-term solution in the future. You're gonna need to unlearn or change your habits. Instead, I'm not that fancy. I shoot guns in dirt pits. So all I'm gonna say is I just look where I want the bullets to go and then just bring the gun from my holster just directly in a line to where I look. That's it. I don't have a special method, name, a gimmick or catchphrase. That's just the most simple and low effort thing I can do to draw the gun because I'm all about low effort. If you shoot, it's a lot easier to do nothing than do something. And the more gimmicks or little techniques you have, whether it's applying pressure in a specific part of your hand or a specific way you have to present it, it's just going to make it a lot tougher to do. Also, relax my shoulders, my upper body, and just stand there looking like a middle-aged computer nerd. If I just stand there with my hands relaxed at my side, it's gonna be way easier to bring my hands to the gun to grab it, as opposed to tensing up and really locking out my upper body, my arms, my shoulders, getting as tense as I can. It's gonna be way more difficult to move my hands quickly when I try to get to the gun. When I'm drawing, when my firing hand's moving to the gun, it's important for your support hand to do something also. The wrong way to do this would be having your firing hand come up to the gun while your support hand's not moving. Then while I'm bringing the gun forward, I have my support hand try to catch up and hopefully get on the pistol before it's extended to the target. Instead, the method I like is just when my firing hand moves to the gun, my support hand moves up, open, kind of like I'm gonna shake somebody's hand, kind of around belly button area. So that's like the first step. After that, while the pistol is going towards the target, my fingers out of the trigger guard, my support hand just comes in, hits the bottom of the trigger guard, and then my hands close as I'm extending the gun towards the target. It's an easy way to do it every time. That way I'm not looking for a special again, technique or a special way to put my hands. It just feels very simple. So again, hands at sides, go over the top where I've got a grab on the pistol, my support hand's in front of me. As I'm extending the gun towards the target, my support hand locks onto the gun, I hit the bottom of the trigger guard, close. That's a pretty easy way to do it. So with drawing, I'm not trying to set any world records, being honest. People could get the draws into the 0.6, the 0.7, the maybe 0.4 or something, where you just kind of get a half draw and sling the gun towards the target and crack one off. Instead, I'm looking for a draw that have my hands in a repeatable spot on the gun, in the right spot where I can control recoil and shoot more than one shot. Because just shooting one shot as fast as you can doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. For anything I do, I want to be able to have the gun in a way that I could shoot 8, 9, 10, 15 shots without needing to adjust my hand and having my hands in just the right spots to be able to control recoil well. So anyway, hopefully that gives you some things to think about when drawing a pistol. If there's one thing I can impress upon you, the less effort you use, the better it's going to be for you. I would not use any special high-speed techniques, anything like that. The simple and lowest effort you can make it, in my opinion, will be the fastest. Because doing something from just hands at sides, just drawing the gun and bringing it out to the target, you can easily get in the 1 second range. Doing that where it's very safe, because I've got a full grip on the pistol and complete control of it as it's extending towards the target, and my support hand's in a spot where I've got good control over the gun, that if I want to manage recoil and shoot rapid fire-up shots or extended durations, my hands are in the right spot to do that also. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, drop them below.